you're not alone. A lot of adults have ADHD, and I'll tell you the specific one that I had that went unnoticed for so long till my adult life. Obviously, I'm 35 now. Hi, my name is Alvin. I'm an adult with ADHD, recently got diagnosed, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about my journey, how the trajectory of my life changed, and essentially just everything that I went through and am currently going through as a 35-year-old gay Asian male millennial that is trying to navigate life. I truly believe that my ADHD diagnosis changed the trajectory of my life, and this is obvious just from the past couple months. I've tried to make content before, probably more recently during like the pandemic, during COVID times when we're all stuck at home. But because I was undiagnosed, I always hit roadblocks. So whether it be perfectionism, getting hyperfixated on a task that didn't end up going anywhere, starting projects, brainstorming, getting caught up in the perfectionism, I never was able to figure it out. But now that I got diagnosed, I'm on medication, I'm on coaching, I have a newfound perspective on things. I can actually plan for the future now. I'm finally getting all the things in motion to get my voice out there to help people that were in my situation before. I just want to be able to tell you about my journey, the trials and tribulations that I had to go through, and the doubts, everything, all the entire everything that I got to get to this point, and then documenting my life forward as someone that is diagnosed and, like I said, change the trajectory of my life, and just in general how to navigate life through anything, however your journey takes you. I really want to speak to the people that know they have it or don't think that they have it, but just don't have no idea how to like continue or proceed. I just want to help you either get started, find your resources, dismiss any negative connotations that come with it, because there are a lot. However, you got across this message, comment and let me know your questions. I'll try my best to answer all of them. I want to get started. This is like really exciting for me. This time last year, I was speaking to a friend and she recently got diagnosed. One of my really close friends. We were talking about medication and how it changed her, blah, blah, blah. I was like, that's great. She actually talked, when she was talking to me, she's like, I highly suggest that you also get a assessment from your doctor just to see, just get screened. Who knows? Like, honestly, love you, but like, I think you also have it too. And who else better than to tell you that you might have ADHD than one of your closest friends? It came from a loving place, obviously. She just said that she noticed that I have similar traits as her. It would never came from a place of judgment, of course, and you never want that from your friends, even your close friends. And I said, you know what? Yeah, I'm gonna go because I remember even around this time, there was a situation this time last year where I really felt like I really wanted to organize my life, sit down and organize my life. It was a very emotional time for me because I remember I was like, it was my day off. I had this whole day planned ahead of me. I wanted to like really buckle down and fix my hard drive, like organize my files, migrate off cloud storage and just really get down and like because my life was all over the place. Like I had all these unfinished projects, like a YouTube channel, I had a UGC business, I had like all these things that kind of went unfinished. I wanted to like start multiple businesses. I wanted to make a t-shirt business. There was all these things that I wanted to do, but I just could never get around to finishing tasks. Like the excitement was there, the motivation was there. Well, the motivation wasn't there because I couldn't finish the task, but the excitement was there. And I just could never get around to sitting down to finish a task. And with social media being so prevalent nowadays, I think that made it worse. The last time I truly felt like I like finished something with my whole like being was probably in high school, like grade 12, like one of my like English papers, which I was really good at English in high school. So I was like, let's do it. I wasn't able to sit down and organize my life, but I took my friend's advice and I said, you know what? The definition of insanity is doing things over and over again and expecting different results. I said, there's nothing to lose, might as well go do it. I went to my doctor. It was so funny because when I was doing the assessment, one of the questions was, do you find yourself fidgeting a lot while talking to people and you can't stay in one spot? As she was asking me this question, I was like fidgeting and touching my hair and touching everything. And I was like, yep, I'm doing it right now. So my screening said that I probably had it, and she referred me to the Possibilities Clinic in Toronto. So that started my journey of getting diagnosed. So this was December of last year. I finally got on the wait list with the Possibilities Clinic, and it took about 6 months for someone to finally see me. Three psychiatrists. They basically asked you all these questions related to your childhood. They asked you very specific questions about like your life. I went through a lot of things that like I had to go through. It was very emotional. So, trigger warning, death. I spoke about my friend's suicide. My dad died in 2022. My childhood, kind of person I was in school. They roped in my mother. They asked my mom, like, how was he as a kid? How was his grades in school? They even ask for your grades in high school if you have it. I didn't have it. Just like your overall life. And so they take your whole life, they take a look at it, and then they make you do these assessments. These assessments are not easy. They were very tiring. It was like hours of assessments, virtual, thank God. But basically, they were testing the executive function of your brain. So these assessments, I don't want to get into too much detail, but they basically tested how your brain reacts to certain cues like colors and words. They'll give you like a color and then a word, so red, but the color is yellow, and they'll tell you what do you see or what's the word. These tests were designed, obviously, to tell you if you have ADHD or not. They were very tiresome, they were very thorough, and I really wanted to get that instead of the simpler test because I said I got so far. Let's look at the whole thing. Disclaimer, I'm not promoting Possibilities Clinic. I'm just telling you that I went to them. But that test, that version of the test was a lot of money. It was like $3,000, upwards of that. And I was lucky enough to get it covered by work, but I know a lot of people probably don't have the funds for that. So there is another cheaper way to get it. You won't get as thorough as a result, but I wanted to get a full picture of my ADHD diagnosis. So the diagnosis finally came in June, and I think the biggest thing that resonated with me, I even filmed a video before I was diagnosed, and I don't know if if I'll upload it or anything, but you can see the change in how I speak and how I carry myself, even from before until now. Like my voice changed, my outlook on life changed, everything changed. And I'll probably put a clip in or I'll upload it. We'll see. Hey, welcome to my podcast. My name is Alvin. I'm an empath, millennial, and what's my tagline? I'm a millennial, and a little bit about my life journey. I was supposed to go to school for medicine. I was supposed to be a doctor. My parents really wanted me to be a doctor, specifically my mom. That was her dream, not mine. And I was forcing it in schools. The biggest thing that stuck out to me in the diagnosis was the doctor said, you've come a long way undiagnosed. Like it's not a matter of if you're smart or not. You're smart. It's just your brain is wired differently. And when she told me that, it was very emotional because my whole life I thought I was just not working hard enough. I just thought that I didn't have the resources available to me. I just thought that maybe I just didn't have it in me to be smart or successful. And I'm she basically dispelled all of that with her sentence. It's not a matter of if you're smart or not. You're smart. We just want you to get the tools that you need so that you can thrive. Because that's what I was doing. For my most of my adult life, I was just barely scraping by. My highest level of education completed was high school. You can see it in my resume. I jumped around to so many different jobs, so many different industries. I used to be a travel agent. I worked for all these tech companies in a customer service role because when you only have a high school diploma, that's the highest you can get. Like as in someone in corporate, like you can only get the customer service jobs because I was typecast and profiled as someone who can only do those jobs because I speak well and I'm empathetic and all these things. So that was really validating for me in the diagnosis for the fact that she said, "You're smart, your brain's wired differently. Let's get you the tools to thrive." Disclaimer about medication. This is my experience, not medical advice. Talk with your doctor always. So I got diagnosed, and with the diagnosis came the option of, did you want to do medication or did you want to do coaching? Did you want to do um, a combination of both? And you don't have to do anything after. Like you can just take the diagnosis and cool, I have it. It confirmed what we already know, what I already know, or whatever. What I wanted to do though was the coaching and the medication as well, because not to say that like I wasn't against medication. I just didn't want to jump into anything that like wasn't good for me. What I really liked about the Possibilities Clinic is when I chose medication, had my doubts and they said, yes, we're used to that. There's a lot of misconceptions about medication. So let's get you on a low dose. We'll monitor your blood pressure, we'll monitor your symptoms, and then we'll tell you if you can go to a higher dose, switch medication, or maybe medication's not on you. You can skip medication altogether. After checked in with me every 2 weeks when I first started, and then when I was doing better, it was every month. And then eventually they were like, hey, you're doing well. So like just we're gonna refer you back to your original doctor. They're gonna be writing your prescription from now on. So the medication I started with is Vyvanse. I'm currently on it at 70 milligrams. Vyvanse at 10 milligrams didn't do anything for me. From 10 to 40 milligrams, I didn't feel anything. Like there was no improvement in my life. I was just like, cool, it's just a pill I take in the morning. At 50 milligrams, I started feeling the voices in my head go quieter. The task completion started completioning. That's not even a word. The task completion started getting better. Some side effects though, I stopped eating. The like the hunger prompt or the hunger feeling that you get, it's gone because Vyvanse is a stimulant. This is expected. So I stopped eating. So I had to actually, as crazy as it sounds, I had to like remind myself to eat through the reminders app on my phone because there were days when I would like stop eating, skip breakfast, and then I would get to the end of the day, not eat, and then I would be so pissed. I would have such bad mood swings, and I just like the smallest thing would irritate me. But then I realized, oh my God, I didn't eat all day. So then after I ate, everything was fine. That was one of the biggest side effects. Which, when they told me at the beginning of prescribing Vyvanse, they were like, "Yeah, one of the side effects is appetite suppression," and I was like, "No problem." I was overweight my whole life, lost some weight now, healthy, obviously. I go to the gym now, and I actually have the motivation to like think for the future because of the medication. Other side effects include my fingers and toes got cold, dry mouth. It's very important that you drink a lot of water every day because the dry mouth is so bad. Like I remember at one point I was like, ew, my breath stinks because my mouth is so dry. But those are very small side effects that I got compared to the task completion, the confidence in my life, the trajectory of my life changing, the me being able to go to the gym without the negative thoughts in my head of, oh my God, what is everyone thinking of me? And like I'm able to now go to the gym, and I've come to realize after going to the gym consistently for multiple months, after going to the gym, I realized no one at the gym cares about you. Everyone's there looking at themselves. Now I go to the gym 3 to 5 times a week before and or after work. And like I have so much energy during the day that I can go to the gym after because I can finally finish tasks. So when I got diagnosed, this was great. I'm on medication now. That's great. I want to just talk about some of the sadness that I felt when I got diagnosed. And after I started the medication, when I was at that 50 milligram part, I think I was like really sad because I realized that, oh my God, I could have gotten so much farther in life if we figured this out earlier, like in high school, maybe. Maybe I could have shoulda, coulda, woulda. I had all these things. Maybe I could have had a multi-million dollar business by now. I probably would have had a partner by now. All these things like went through my head like, oh, I wish I had this earlier. Talking to my mom about it. And I was like, I kind of wish I knew I had ADHD at a younger age. Maybe I could have gotten a bit further along. There was resentment there. And mom said something. She's like, but we didn't know. And she's right. She didn't know. Like, my mom, Filipino mom, came to Canada for a better life. Typical immigrant parents, like, they just wanted what's best for us. To them, back then, like, I'm a 90s kid. To them, if even if someone noticed it back then, as high functioning as I was, they would have been like, no, like, I don't think he has that. Because there was such a there still is a stigma about ADHD even today and mental symptoms in general. They would have been like, no, we're not giving my kid medication. Are you crazy? We're just gonna pay for a tutor or we'd change his diet or some other thing. They wouldn't have given it to me anyways. And I'm gonna give my mom grace because she did give me the best childhood that she could give. And I'm not gonna give her resentment for not like trying to get help for my attention because I was high functioning. So what this means is and the doctor said this too. She said, the type of ADHD you have, high functioning, is like you can go years without it being undetected because you look normal. And like even like with the high school diploma, getting all these jobs, like I was high functioning. And that came with such grief, you know? Like I could have done so much more. How I'm overcoming that is your life path is your life path. When I was trying to rush my diagnosis, there were so many things in the way, like the waiting list, the payment, the the thing, all these things that was getting in the way of like, should I even do this? It's $3,000. Why am I doing this? Let me just go to the free one. But if you just let your life unfold in the way that it's supposed to, of course, like don't just be passive. But this was unfolding in my life in a way that even when I was on that 6 month wait list, I was like, I really want to just get this. I just want to get my diagnosis so I can move on in life and like, do I have it or not? But trusting in the universe or God or whoever you believe in, trusting in the timing is key because I hate to say, I don't want to sound so like everything happens for a reason, but like everything happens for a reason. What's meant for you will never pass you. And yes, there will be grief about, oh, I could have been so much more. Maybe if I was diagnosed earlier, even when I joined some of my ADHD support groups, there were people in their 50s, 60s, retired folk that were like, yeah, I just got diagnosed last week. And that's the first thing they mention. I wish I got diagnosed like earlier on in my life. But that's okay. It doesn't matter. You don't even have to be diagnosed. Even the simple like acknowledgement that, oh, I have it. Okay, so how do we work with it? It's very liberating. My life before diagnosis was rough. As a Virgo, I'm my biggest critic. So everyone like always sugarcoated it. They're like, just work harder. My parents always said, let's get you a tutor, go to the library. We'll just like make time for you in the library. And I always thought of myself as lazy. I'm just lazy. I don't have the I don't have the motivation. Lo and behold, I have ADHD. And the medication really helped me with my laziness and motivation. I have a new zest for life because I truly feel like the diagnosis helped me wield my power in a way that I can use for my benefit. Because ADHD, I feel, as someone that has it, it's a superpower that you need to channel in a certain way. The pattern recognition, attention to detail, pattern recognition, attention to detail. I don't know what you call it, but I need audio. I always need something in the background, whether it be a show, a podcast, something playing. I need something to the point where I need it when I'm sleeping. It needs to be background deep sleep music, something. It really helped me navigate. just things in my life that I felt like I was just weird for. I'm weird, or I don't know. It's just how my brain works, and it's called being a neurodivergent. So, do you have any questions about the meds, the side effects, life after diagnosis? This video is going a little long, so I just wanted this to be an intro. This space is for adults with ADHD, or if you suspect you have ADHD and you want to go get tested. Um, it's been a year. It took me about a year. So this is just the beginning of my journey. There's other things I want to talk about, like the routines, the coaching, um, how I got diagnosed, but that's not a magic wand to just suddenly make your life better and now everything's happy, sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. No. ADHD and the diagnosis and the medication isn't a magic wand to suddenly make your life better. You have to also unlearn all of the habits that you learned undiagnosed. So all these years, like the people pleasing, the over explaining, even in dating, like giving my power away, like this diagnosis and the medication and everything that came with it truly made me realize how powerful I am. And I called my power back. And this manifested through friendships, relationships, even my family dynamics. So, if you want to come with me for the journey, please comment below. I'm not perfect and I don't strive to be, but I want to share my tools that like helped me get to this point and my journey and like everything that all the mindset shifts that I had to go through to get to this point. Even this early in my journey, I feel like I have made strides mentally, physically, and just emotionally in how I view my life and how I can see the trajectory of the success that I can do. And it's always been there. I just needed a map, I just needed the tools. And I'm here to share my journey with you because I know exactly what position you're in. You're Googling it. You don't know if you have it. You don't know if you like you can even fathom going to a doctor to ask at this age. I thought ADHD was just for young kids. I thought it was the people bouncing off the walls. If this speaks to you, hit subscribe, comment any of your questions. I'll try to answer as best as possible. Follow me on my journey. Follow the podcast. Comment where you are in your ADHD journey and what are some of the roadblocks I can remove. And in closing, adult ADHD doesn't mean your life is broken. It means your brain needs a different manual. So, you know those like iOS updates on your phone? When the latest one is like liquid glass and like everything has a new look and a new perspective. I feel like I'm Alvin 2.0. My software just updated. I'm still the same like brain. It's just from a different angle now. Like, let's rewrite this operating system together and with grace and with community because navigating through this alone is really hard. All this to say is my name is Alvin and I'm here to help you navigate your journey. I'm here to bring you along. Start the conversation with your doctor, remove all the negative connotations that come with it, and just live the life that you're supposed to live. Life is already hard enough. Don't let your ADHD get in the way. My name is Alvin. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.